At Gambai's, Landru created an intimate, almost dreamlike setting for his victims, making them feel like they had finally found a home. The villa itself was isolated and quiet, its walls holding dark secrets that would never be spoken. For Landru, this was his hunting ground, a place where he held absolute control. The murders themselves were as cold and calculated as the rest of his plan. Landru's preferred method was strangulation, a brutal but efficient way to kill without creating much noise or mess. But he didn't act immediately. He often waited until the women were relaxed, off guard, perhaps thinking of the future he had promised them. In some cases, he may have used chloroform or other means to incapacitate them, though these details remain hazy, as Landru never confessed the specifics. Once he'd taken their lives, Landru faced the task of covering his tracks. He had learned from past criminal mistakes that evidence could be his downfall, so he developed a darkly ingenious solution: a large cast iron stove in the villa's kitchen. Here he disposed of his victims' bodies, burning them in the stove to eliminate any trace of his crimes. The horrific reality was that this stove became the final resting place for these women. Neighbors would later recall strange smells and thick smoke from the villa, but at the time, no one imagined the true horror unfolding within those walls. Each woman he killed brought with her not just the hope of love, but also assets, money, jewels, and sometimes property. Landru was careful to secure these valuables before committing murder, often persuading the women to sign over their possessions under the guise of preparing for marriage. After their deaths, he would promptly sell their belongings, using the money to fund his next scheme. Jean Couchet, Anna Colombe, Thérèse Labourdelaine, André Babelet, and the list goes on. Landru's main motive was greed, pure and simple. Each victim came with assets, savings, pensions, jewelry, which Landru quickly claimed as his own. He didn't need love or companionship, and he saw these women as nothing more than a means to an end. Cold and calculating, he took advantage of their vulnerabilities in the most heartless way imaginable. One by one, they each followed Landru into his carefully laid trap, disappearing from their families and loved ones without a trace.